Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and you're welcome to the Parashah of this morning. The Parashah that we're going to discuss about this morning is called Parashah Noah, and I subtitle it, Comparing Apple to Pineapple. I subtitle it, Comparing Apple to Pineapple. Apple is not pineapple. Pineapple is not apple. These are two different fruits. Yes, they give us what? Vitamin C. Apple gives us vitamin C. Pineapple gives us vitamin C. But they are not the same fruit. Apple is a different fruit of its own, and pineapple is a different fruit of its own. Actually, pineapple is a tropical plant. While apple is, it's mainly in the cold weather. Pineapple doesn't normally apple doesn't grow much in the tropical place. It grows mainly in the cool weathers, right? But pineapple will never grow in the cool weather. Only a tropical where it's hot. You see? So these are two different plants, but they give us the same thing. So people trying to compare Noah with Abraham doesn't make sense. All right? These are two different individuals that God created in their specific time for a specific purpose. Noah, remember, Noah was what? Noah was a kind of a Messiah. Because through him, the whole world, all of us, were born. We are all descendants of Noah. Okay? So, because remember, at that time, the whole world was wiped out. So only Noah and his sons, and his wife, and his son's wife. So we were just the only people on the planet. That means 3 plus 3, 6, plus 2, 8. Just 8 people on the entire planet. And through 8 people, the whole 7 billion plus comes to being. Right? So this is what I am saying. I don't want us to compare. It's not good to compare. So comparing apple with pineapple. Noah, the righteous. The Torah speaks that Noah is a righteous man, or Noah was a righteous man. Noah, God said Noah is righteous. So we have to believe it what God said. We are not the one that put that statement. God said that Noah was righteous in his generation. This is the family story or the family history of Noah in the book of Genesis chapter 6 verse 9. I have always felt badly for poor Noah. He is the only person in the world, his family notwithstanding, chosen by God to survive. The opening sentence of the Torah reading contains 2 pieces of information that I want us to remember this morning for what we're going to discuss downstairs on next Shabbat. Noah was a righteous man in his generation, God said, not me. The Torah says so, right? And the second one that is Noah walked with God. Noah walked with God. What is the meaning of this? What is the purpose of this? We are going to see that later on. He must have been quite an individual. Yet, traditional commentators through the century look at this lone survivor of total devastation and shrug. Why so? Because they try to compare Noah with Abraham, which doesn't make sense. Because God created Noah at that particular moment, at that particular time in history. That man will be saved. That is his purpose. But in the purpose of Abraham is that through Abraham, that the whole nation will return back to God. These are 2 different missions. Right? They are not the same mission. So if people try to compare both missions together, doesn't make sense. God has foreseen millions and trillions and billions of years to come. He knows that the descendant of Noah will sin again. No? He knows that. He knows that the descendant of Noah will go back to their what? To their vomit. Just like the dogs return to his vomit. When the dog vomit, he return back there and lick it up. No? That is it. And that is what human being does every time. We always return to our vomit. And God has seen that we are going to return to our vomit. He said, okay, I'm going to make another Messiah. I'm going to create another Messiah in the form of Abraham to bring the whole world back to my side because I don't want to destroy them again, like the way I did during the time of Noah. These are two different missions. So why are we comparing these two great men and give credit to one and refuse to give credit to the other? Because without Noah, Abraham would not be born. Abraham is the great descendant of Noah. No? So why say, okay, this one is great and mighty, but this one, no. It doesn't make sense. All right? So that is my own personal view, and that's my own personal interpretation. They say 2 Jews, 3, 10, 20 opinions, right? But it is good to give credit to who credit is due. Not to say, okay, Abraham is so great and Noah is not so. No, it does, because Abraham cannot be great without his forefathers, Noah. Right? That is it. Okay. Noah is never allowed to enjoy his accomplishment, for he is always compared to Abraham every time. Noah is called righteous for his generations. The commentators tell us that if Noah had lived in the generation of Abraham, he would have been totally ignored. Moreover, with regard to Noah, we were told that he walked with God, whereas with Abraham, the Torah tells us, God said, walk before me. It is, said the rabbi of the Talmud, like a parent who has 2 children, one mature and the other a child. To the first child, the parents say, you can go on ahead. While the young child, the parents say, stay on my side, which is taken from the Bereshit Rabbah 30:10. What am I trying to tell us here? He said that, first of all, he said that Noah was righteous in his generation. Noah was quite an individual, a special person that God has created for that particular purpose. And they are telling us here that because God in the Torah said, God told Noah, walk before me. Walk before me. What is the deep interpretation of that word? Walk before me. Because we have most of our rabbis, some of our sages that say, oh, it's because Noah was like a baby. That is why God said, walk. Walk. It is to walk with me. With me, meaning by my. They literally interpreted it as if Noah was walking by the side of God, as God, like a child that you hold by your hand to walk, right? But in the case of Abraham, God said, walk before me. They literally translated it as if, Abraham was a giant. Wise, adult, okay, they can go ahead before the parent, and the parent will be following after him. That is wrong. That is absolutely wrong interpretation for me. Because the two words actually mean technically the same thing. Technically, the two words that God used to describe these two men means the same thing. When he said that, when God told Noah to walk with me, right, which is to say, to be my partner. Be my partner. We have a project. There is a reason why you are born. There's a purpose why I created you. You have to be my partner in this project. For humanity to be saved, Noah has to work together as a partner with God. You have to be right. You have to do what is good. You have to do what is just. You have to be straight. That is what God is saying. You have to do what? You have to believe and have faith in me. In everything that I do, you have to do good to others. That's what that statement means. As for me, walk with me. That's what it means. To walk with me, meaning to be my partner in to do what is right, what is just, what is fine, to do justice, to do what is good. Why? The same statement, which means that to walk before me, that statement actually means to be without a blemish. Walk before me. To be without blemish. To be upright. It's not literally that it's not literally like some of our rabbi wants to take it that, okay, walk before me because you are advanced than Noah. No, that is not what it means, because most of our rabbis they have this hidden agenda. They have a hidden agenda in their mind because they want to make Abraham greater than Noah. It's a kind of they call it exegesis. That means you want to take the word of the Torah to fit your own idea. You are not interpreting it the way it should be interpreted, because you have an hidden agenda. You want to use the word of the Torah to back up your own evil idea. Say, oh, you can see it's written in the Torah. This is what the Torah said, which is not what the Torah said. So this is what I am saying. We cannot compare these two men. Why must we even compare them? It doesn't even make sense. God doesn't want us to do what? To compare. Why do you want to compare? God wants us to emulate. There's difference between comparing and emulation. These are two different words. Comparing is to do what? To compare means a contrast, a different, right? To set aside, side by side. Oh, this one is good and this one is bad. Or this one is good and this one is bad. Comparing between two things. That's what a comparison means. To look at the differentiate, what differentiate two objects, or what make two objects similar. That is what comparing means. Why to emulate is different. Emulate means to do what? To bring to want to have a desire to achieve to achieve a particular goal which other people has achieved before. That is to emulate. Emulate is to match or to surpass a person or achievement, typically by imitation. To imitate a person. That means to emulate such a person. Okay, you know what? I want to emulate my father Abraham. I want to be like him because I have a word. I have read a lot about Abraham. I have heard a lot about Abraham. I want to emulate him. I want to be like him. I want to imitate him and even surpass him. That's what it means. Why? So the same thing here. Abraham has heard about Noah. Abraham has read a lot about Noah. He understood his forefather Noah, and so Abraham imitates Noah to even bypass him, to even overpass him. So okay, this is where my father Noah stopped. Me, I'm going to stop here. You see, that is a good thing. But trying for our rabbis or some other commentators trying to compare them side by side, to me, is not right. It doesn't make sense. In the Talmud, Rabbi Bereshit asks why Noah did not at least pray for what? For his generation to do teshuvah and be saved. Apparently, Noah's pity did not extend to a concern about the welfare of others. We have no report of his going out to warn the people around him that a terrible flood was about to destroy them. Nor are we told that he pleaded with them to change their evil ways and to be saved, or to save themselves. Noah, it appears, was more concerned with his own safety and survival than that of his neighbor or his friend. Is that really true? No. Is that really true? No. We can see that our rabbis, our wise men, they, as I said, they have a hidden agenda. They are trying to put into the mouth of Noah what Noah did not say, or what Noah did not do. If the Torah did not say that Noah went out to preach, does that mean that Noah didn't do so? Because you are not there, I wasn't there. None of us were there. So why do you assume that Noah didn't do that? Why did our rabbi assume that Noah did not preach to his generation? Why did our rabbi assume that Noah did not go and plead, say, repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand? So they are now saying that God, in other way, they are now saying that God is a wicked God. That's what they're saying. that God did not want them, that God did not foretell them to change. That's what they're saying in another word. Remember, God, the God of the whole hands of the universe, will never be an unjust God. No. God will always warn people before his judgment comes. He will never say, okay, you do bad, I fold my hand, I watch you, then I kill you. No. God doesn't do that. That is that is wickedness. God always warns people. God always sends people to people. Repent, change, come back to me. Then I will accept you. Come back to me. I will heal you. Come back to me. I will bless you. Come back to me, and I'll be your God. God does not reject. God accepts. God embraces us. Because to what our rabbis are saying, they are saying that God does not forewarn, or God did not foretold them what is going to come, and so therefore God killed them. And so therefore, in another word, God is a wicked God. It doesn't work that way. That's not God. That's not the God of Israel. The God of the ends of the world always do justice. And this is exactly what Abraham said to God. When God said, I'm going to destroy the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, what did Abraham did? And Abraham came close. He said, I have a question. And God said, okay, speak on. He said, okay. He said, is my life saved? God said, yeah, your life is saved. Speak. He said, can the God of all the multiverse do injustice? God said, no, I'm not like that. He said, can God destroy the wicked with the righteous? God said, no. Okay. He said, but maybe peradventure, there are 50 people in Sodom and Gomorrah that are good. Will God destroy them? God said, no. 50 people, if I find 50 people there, this is saved. No one will die. Right? Is that not what the Torah said? That's what the Torah said. And he came back again. He said, and after they looked, behold, no 50 people. They said, can I speak? Speak on. Is my life saved? Your life is saved. Okay. Can we 45? No 45 there, nobody will die. He reduce. Okay. Don't God, please don't be angry. Is my life saved? Please don't. This will be the last time I'm going to speak. Don't get mad with me. It's okay. Speak on. 10. Behold, no 10. Last man. Okay, speak. 1. They can't even find 1. That is God. God will never kill the righteous with the wicked. God is not unjust God that will destroy the righteous with the wicked. So they are trying to tell me that God, right, destroy the righteous with the wicked? No, God will always forewarn people. God will always preach to people. God will send people to people. Say, this is the time, change. If you refuse to change, you face the consequence of your action. Even though during the time of who? During the time of Cain. Because some always come and say, oh, there is nobody to want Cain. Okay, there is nobody on the planet at that time. Good. But who didn't want Cain? God himself has to come down to warn Cain. Because there's nobody God will send to Cain, right? Okay, good. Because some people, they say, okay, look at this. God himself, the Almighty, came down to talk to Cain. Cain, sin is at the door. Change. Repent. Come back to me and I will accept you. You do what is wrong. You are now you are angry with your brother. Come back. Do what is right and I will accept you. But what did he do? He refused. He killed his brother because of that. But he was warned. He was warned before that time. God himself came down and warned him. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I am saying, that the rabbis, some of our rabbis, I'm not saying all of them, some of them that make all this commentary trying to compare Abraham with Noah, to me absolutely doesn't make sense. Because Noah was a kind of a Messiah of his time, and Abraham was a Messiah of his own time. These people are two different individuals that God created at a different time in space, that we, all of us, can be returned back unto God. The comparison continues through the ages as the question is asked: why did Noah not protect or not protest when God informed him that the world is to be destroyed. After all, Abraham argued with God when the city of Sodom and Gomorrah were to be annihilated. I'll just explain that one now. Yeah, so it did not, Noah didn't come before God and start, protesting God, don't destroy them, la 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 la. Were you there? Did you know if Noah did that or not? If it is not written, that doesn't mean that he didn't do that, because I wasn't there. What I knew that Noah was a righteous man, because that the Torah speak. That 100% I know. So if God called him a righteous man, who am I to condemn him? Who am I as a human being who is sinful to say what God said is not right? I can't do that. A further indictment, the further indict him. A further indictment comes from the commentator who argued that Noah really had no faith, doubting that God has told him what God has told him. Noah could not believe that such a destruction would take place. Therefore, he keeps the information to himself rather than sharing it with others. Instead of warning them, giving them a chance to appeal to God or to build their own ark, he said nothing. Is that true? Absolutely false again. It's not true. Because we like, as I said, we like to point finger, right? For forgetting that the other side is pointing back at us. Why do we keep on indicting this man? What has he done wrong? Noah has not done anything wrong. God called him right. If God told Noah to build an ark, right, of gopher wood, God even gave him the dimension, right? The actual way to build the ark. God himself knew that these people will not change. No matter what you tell them, they will never change. It's like a man that is seeing white and is calling white black. As a preacher, there is nothing you can do. As a rabbi, there is nothing I can do to save that person. Nothing, because to him, this white is black. He's seeing, but is blind. Because his intention, what he wants to do, is in his mind. He will never, if you tell him, I was reading a week on Friday last week, right? I was hearing last Friday a man had a tendency to for suicide. He attempted suicide before, right? So they took him. Say no. They discussed with him. They took him. They have a psychologist, everybody involved, and they clear him. They say, okay, it's no longer suicidal. It's good. Everything fine. This man was in the hospital, and his wife came to visit him. He told his wife to wait. That is coming. He went to the window and jumped in the hospital. Jumped and commit suicide. But 3 months ago, it was clear. He said, it's no more suicidal. No? Is it life? What a man has decided to do, he will do it. You will try, you can try your best to convince him not to do, because this man is seeing a black as white. And how can you tell him that this is not black, this is white? To him, no, it is. He has they call it fixed idea. It's X. It's a fixed one, and you cannot tell him otherwise. You're telling people that God talks about family, that the most singular unit of a country is family. That is the basic of everything in life, in creation, is family. And somebody is coming telling you no, that now the single that we should destroy that. No family. You don't have to. A man can live with a man. A woman can live with a woman. You can even change. A woman can even become a man, and a man can. What are you going to tell them? You tell them. They say you are a bigot. You don't understand. You are not civilized. They give you names because you are telling them the truth, but they don't want to see the truth in the eyes. Yeshua even said, you can see a small tiny rod in your brother's eyes, But the big law, the big one that is in your own eye, you don't see it. You see, that is how we are. That's how we act every time. That is human beings. You're trying to compare Noah with Abraham. What does that have to do? No. You don't compare Noah with Abraham, because these two men are different men which are created by God for a specific purpose, for a specific mission at a different time in the history of our planet. This is extremely, very, very childish to my own understanding. It's very childish that our rabbis can be even reasoning like that. How do you know that this man, that Noah doesn't have faith? If Noah does not have faith, will he even, first of all, build the ark? He will never build it, because why am I wasting my time for 120 years if I don't have faith that it's going to happen? Because I have faith that this will happen. That is why that's why I build it. Are you saying that God is wasting his time? Is that what they're telling me? Come on. It's very, very childish. People like me, in my understanding, I'm small, but this tiny understanding that I have in the Torah, it bothers me that Noah is not giving his own due. He's not giving the respect that he deserves. Remember, yes, Abraham is our forefathers, but without Noah, we will never have Abraham, and we ourselves, our call ourselves, the Israelites, will not be here today. It was through Noah that all this happened. A fascinating midrash tells us that Noah and God did indeed give the generation of the flood a chance to change their ways. God told Noah, make for yourself an ark of cedar wood. Genesis chapter 6 verse 14, right? It's a midrash, okay? The midrash tells us that Noah went out and planted cedar trees. And from this tree came the wood to make the ark. How long does it take the forest to grow? 120 years. 3 entire generations before he could do what? He could build the ark. His neighbor constantly asked him, why these cedars? Noah will reply, the Holy One, blessed be he, is about to bring a flood upon the world, and God told me to build this ark so that I and my family might escape. His neighbors and his friends mocked him and they ridiculed him. He's a madman. You know, he's cuckoo. Oh, he has schizophrenia. You know, how can you go and start planting? What is wrong with this man? In this a generation, you are talking about family. That's what they tell me. This rabbi is cuckoo, right? He's talking about family in the 21st century. We don't need family. We need men and men sleeping together, and women and women, women and women doing whatever they want. Even though a child who is under 5 years old can change and become, who's a girl can be a boy. That is what you should be saying. How can I say so? I cannot say that, because it is never written in the Torah. That is an abomination before God. But if you say that, they give you names. You are stupid. You are not civilized, right? The same thing here. His neighbor, they mock him. He's a stupid man. He's a sick man. He's mental. He has mental issue. Don't go near him. No. That Noah. Yeah, as a man. What do you mean by rain? Have you ever seen rain? There is no rain. Nothing will come. Because nothing like that happen. Yes, nothing like that happen. That doesn't mean that it cannot happen. That is a saying. Say never say never. Never say never. Because everything that has been has been. So why you come and say, okay, because rain will not fall, that it will never fall? How do you know? Are you the creator of the ends of the world? No. Right? In the meantime, he watered the cedars, and the cedar keeps growing. Young and old continue to ask him, old man, what are you doing? Noah always give the same reply and always receive the same ridicule. Finally, he cut down the cedar. He cut down the cedar tree, and as he saw them into planks, he was again asked, what are you doing? He replied, I am doing what I said I would do. Even as he continued to warn the generation of the flood. When they did not change their ways, even then and only then did the Holy One, blessed be He, allow the flood to come upon them. That is Tahuman Noah 5. It's in the Talmud. It's a midrash. So if this is written in the Talmud as a midrash, if it's written in their own Talmud that they understand, why are they telling me that Noah did not want them? If you see somebody doing something, right, and this person is always straight, and he keep on, doing that thing, and this person, the flood will come. You keep on repeating, the flood will come. If you have sense, with the common sense, you should have, let me reconsider. What this man is constant. It's not changing. There's something going on here. Somebody that has brain will think like that. But because they are blinded with their evil. No? That is it. Many people say, oh, Israel were saved from Misraim, for example. Do you know how many Israelites died in Egypt? Do you know how many Israelites died in Misraim? Lot of them. Only few Israelites came out. Only few, because most of them did not obey Moshe. They said, Moshe is a madman. Moshe is not the servant of God. Moshe is a magician. No? That's what they said. God said, kill the lamb and put the blood. Most of them, they didn't do that. They disapproved of Moshe. And all the Israelites that disapproved Moshe they all died. Are they not Israelites too? They are Israelites. No? Yes, they are Israelites. Do they not have the blood of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? They do have it. But do they obey? No. Do they see the consequence? Yes. So don't come and tell me that because I am the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that everything is hunky-dory. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. You have to obey the Torah. You have to obey the word of God for everything to be hunky-dory, for everything to be fine with you. If you don't obey the Torah as the tree of life, you and the hidden, you and the goyim, there's nothing different between you and them. You're all the same thing. But what makes us different is the Torah. What makes us different is the wisdom and the understanding that God has given us through the Torah. That we will live and our children will live. So that we will be different from them. What is clear from all sources is that Noah's righteousness has nothing to do with that of Abraham. Absolutely, it has nothing to do with it. Stop comparing. Stop. Let us stop comparing them. But rather, that Abraham's righteousness has something to do with that of Noah. Because Abraham was able to grow up and read about his forefather. He was able to say, oh, my forefather Noah, this is what he did, this is what he did, this is what he did. Me, I can do more than that. So therefore, by so doing, God see Abraham, that Abraham was also a righteous man. And he took him and make another promise with him, another covenant, and through Abraham, the whole world can return back unto God. The debate is simply whether Noah listened to God and did exactly what he was told without questioning, which is true. Yes, Noah listened to God perfectly well and did exactly what he was told. Or if Noah walked with God to do something that might change the world, yes, he did exactly what he was commanded. To be righteous or to be a righteous person, one must take action that might take a different that might make a difference in the world. Just as we should not compare two children, so too righteousness can never be a matter of comparison. No, you can't compare righteousness. God said Abraham is righteous. No? Yes. And God himself said that Noah is righteous. Yes. So why should I compare two righteousness? It doesn't make sense. To me, the Torah said the Torah said through the mouth of God, Noah was righteous and was chosen by God. Fact. The Torah also said that Abraham believed in God and was counted unto him as righteousness. Fact. So why should I take the righteousness of Noah and the righteousness of Abraham, try to check and see which one is righteous than the other? It doesn't make sense. Both are righteous. Noah was supposed to be the Messiah. It has been written in the primordial Torah that Noah was supposed to be the Messiah. Like the Messiah, he was born without the need for Brit Milah. Like the Messiah, his middle name was Menachem. Noah hit the ground running all through his life. He did the right things when everyone else were doing the wrong things. All through his life, he tried to change people by helping them, by showing them the ethical way to do things, by showing them the moral way to do things, and even by telling them that what they are doing was wrong. Noah tried to be a teacher and a saint and a friend all in one. A teacher, a saint, and a friend all in one. But this did not give this did no good for him. It did nothing good for him. Instead, they mock him. Instead, they laugh at him. Instead, they say he's a crazy man. They say he's a madman. They give him all kinds of names. He's a bigot. No? A Messiah can't bring redemption unless people walk with him. He said, there's a saying, right? You can bring a horse to the river, right? But you can never force a horse to drink from the river. The highest thing, the greatest thing I can do is to introduce each and every one of us to the Torah. This is the Torah. Now, it is not left for you to accept or to say, no, I don't want. It's your choice. I can bring you to the river, but I can never force you to drink of the river. It is your choice to drink. So I want to drink, yes. I don't want to drink, it's your choice. So the same thing here with Noah. Noah did everything that God has commanded him. He did absolutely to the least letter. He built the ark, he did everything, he preached, they mock him. He doesn't care. He continued in his path. He was constant on that path because he understands what other people doesn't understand. And he's telling them, this is the understanding. This is the wisdom. This is why God is telling me, oh, you're stupid. Oh, you don't understand. Oh, he has double personality, right? They give all kinds of excuses, all kinds of scientific terms to deceive them. Don't mind him. He's a crazy man. He's a madman. Can't you see that he's 600 years old? He doesn't understand. Old man. The old age is disturbing him. You know? Don't mind him. You are modern. You are civilized. You are young. You are vibrant. You have all the knowledge of the internet. Continue your evil way. It's good. How can evil be good? And good become evil? It doesn't make sense. Parshas, Noah. Comparing apple with pineapple, it doesn't make sense. There are two different fruits. Even though they give us the same vitamin C and other kinds of nutrients, they are two different. God called Noah righteous. Who am I to say that Noah is not righteous? God called Abraham righteous. Who am I to say that Abraham is not righteous? Or who am I to start comparing, checking, and seeing which righteousness is greater than the other? It doesn't make sense. Both of them are good. Both of them are righteous. Both of them are created for a mission. The mission of Noah is different from the mission of Abraham. And the mission of Abraham is different from that of Noah. The mission of Moshe is different from that of Abraham. The mission of Joseph is different from that of Moshe. No? Even though both of them are Lord over Egypt. The mission is different. The mission of Amigo is different from my mission. The mission of Pala is different from the mission of Jade. No? It's different. Everybody has different mission. So therefore, my people, I want us to understand this morning that we should count ourselves worthy. Right? Why? Because all of us has a mission to fulfill. So don't compare yourself with yourself. And don't compare yourself with another person that, oh, this person, no. His own life, their own life, and his or her own life is different from your own life. Your mission is different. You have to take up your own what? Your own yoke and be proud of it and march forward with the Torah. That is it. And me, I look at my own too. Okay, I take myself. I will only emulate. We should all imitate and emulate our forefathers, our foremothers. You know, that is just what I'm saying. Not to compare, but to emulate them. To do, okay, Sarah, stop here. Me, I want to stop here. Rivka, stop here, me, I want to stop here. Abraham, stop here, me, I will continue to move to the next. Right? Joseph, stop here, me, I will continue to move up. So that is the ladder of righteousness. That is how we climb all those ladders. Not to start comparing which righteousness is better than which righteousness. It's all righteousness. So please, my people, I want to give us this encouragement that we should continue to follow the Torah. The Torah is a tree of life to those who take hold of it. And God has invited us, among all 7 billion people in the world, to come and drink of the water of life, so that we might have life. So that as Yeshua said, that the spring of living water will flow through our belly to others, to everybody. Our mission is not different. It's not the same like my mission. Your mission is your mission, not my mission. You have to carry it, be proud of it, and march forward. I have to carry mine, be proud of it, and march forward. May God bless you. May God keep you. May you find favor in the sight of the Most High God. Parashah Noah. Shabbat Shalom.